Founder's view on money. Washington says this: if we should use unfunded paper money or any similar species of fraud, we shall assuredly give a fatal stab to our national credit in its infancy. Okay? It's talking about unfunded paper money. Like this stuff? Yeah. If we use unfunded paper money, he calls it what it is. It's a fraud. It's a fatal stab. He says, paper money will invariably operate in the body of politics as spirit liquors on the human body. They prey on the vitals and ultimately destroy them. He's talking about liquors, right? It's a great analogy because what do you do when you're drunk? You make a bunch of bad decisions and you just do more and more and more. That's what happens, and that's the intoxicating power of paper money. There's more and more paper money. That'll fix it. Just pour money into it. That'll fix it. That doesn't fix it, does it? Now, this quote from Washington: paper money has had the effect in your state. This is a letter that he sent to a friend. Paper money has had the effect in your state that it'll ever have: to ruin commerce, to oppress the honest, and to open the door to every species of fraud and injustice. That's what happens with paper money. Okay? Jefferson, you're starting to get a feel for how they felt about paper money, okay? Jefferson says, paper is poverty. It is only the ghost of money and not money itself. Notice that whenever the founders talk about money, they're talking about money, right? Commodity money, real money. And when they use the adjective paper money, they're talking about paper, right? They're very clear. Jefferson says it's not money, it's the ghost of money. Okay? This is money. Madison says this: the extension of the prohibition to bills of credit must give pleasure to every citizen, in proportion to his love of justice and his knowledge of the true springs of public prosperity. There's a lot of words in there, and they spoke a lot more eloquently. Okay, so I'm breaking it down into modern day English, okay, interpreting what the founders said. He says this: Americans will be happy to know that under the Constitution, government-issued paper money is prohibited. That's what he's saying. Because if you understand the true springs of prosperity, understand that government being restricted from issuing paper money is that true spring. Another quote from Jefferson says, the trifling economy of paper is a cheaper medium. In other words, look, I understand. There's an economic value in having paper because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to produce. You'd call it money. It's way cheaper than coining money, okay? That's true. I'll give that to you. He says the second thing is it's convenient for transmission. No question, easier to carry one of these that has 10,000 on it than to carry 10,000 of these, right? It's more convenient to transmit these. So that's true. I'll give that to you. But that weighs nothing in opposition to the advantages of the precious metals. Paper money is liable to be abused, has been, is, and forever will be abused in every country in which it is permitted. True, okay? Historically, people can't resist the temptation to abuse paper money, to create money out of thin air simply by printing it, okay? That's what always has happened, always will happen. Okay? Now, there's some famous founding fathers, right? Madison, Washington, Jefferson. What about some of the less famous ones? What about some of their comments in the Constitutional Convention? Well, let me give you a couple indications how they felt. Oliver Ellsworth from Connecticut says this: shut and bar the door against paper money. Okay? James Wilson, remove the possibility of paper money. Pierce Butler from South Carolina, disarm the government of such power. And lastly, John Langdon said it pretty clearly: I will reject the whole Constitution if paper money is not barred. Why? Because the power to destroy the monetary currency of the country is the power to destroy the country. Okay? They're intertwined together. And to give the government the power to defraud the people through printing money is something the founders rejected completely and entirely. Over and over. We've seen dozens of quotes already, right? Very clear they were against paper money.